I want to just address a couple other things here before we go on, and that's the mental factors, the mental portion of this, because there's a mindset here that's very important. Basically, if you think you can or can't, you're right. But that can has to be on well-based confidence. In other words, you can't just say, hey, mentally, I'm going to kick this guy's butt, without doing some training. You've got to do the work in the gym. That then will help the confidence factor. You have to do the training, the running, the wrestling, the repetitions of all the things that you do, the strength work, the total package. And then a lot of times we did this with Owings, and it worked very, very well. We noticed that Gable did certain things and exposed certain weaknesses that we wanted to take advantage of. Not that Gable had many. He was a very, very good, very fine wrestler, and I think that if he'd have wrestled Owings 10 times, he would have won 9 of them. It just happened to be that particular day was Larry's. But the best time to do this, I know some of you are into the Zen philosophy, but a very good time to do it is just prior to going to sleep, when you're relaxed. You can visualize yourself. Visualize yourself doing the front face lock or some particular move you're working on. Be a realist. If you wrestle some guy who beat you, don't say, well, hey, that guy beat me. I had a hangnail, or I had a cold or something. Why did he beat me? Look for the real causes of it, and then eliminate those weaknesses, and next time maybe you'll turn it down. But you have to be realistic. This is a very realistic sport. And if you have a coach that's realistic, well, he might get on your tail once in a while, hey, you're not doing this, you're not doing that. So these are very important things. The mental aspect is very important. Okay, just going to show you a quick neck trick, and you can start to go ahead and go down. This is following a sit-out. I'm going to kind of stay up because my mobility is not as great as it was one time. As they say, I used to be agile, mobile, and hostile. Now I'm just hostile. Okay, now when you get out here, why you can underhook. I don't know if you're familiar with that, second back. Or you can underhook one side and pull his chin back. And the best way, in my opinion, is to beat him right here. You just come across the face and use your head. Okay, just hollow. Okay, tap it. Okay, it doesn't take much pressure. So when you do this, why be very careful with it. Okay, let's turn around so we just get a different picture here. Yeah. And okay, you just turn the man's head. You're pulling here, pushing here, and sliding it back. It doesn't take much. Push. Pulling back. I'm pulling here, pushing the chest. I'm sucking back. There. And then, now we're going to pull Again, they get that sort of ooh, yummy.
Jake, you hired chiropractor for adjustments? Yes, sir.
Slow and easy, but just go ahead and try it. Go for a double like that. Okay. Now, can you get under routine at all? Yep. Both sides. Okay. You're going to have to drag him up. Just standing up, pulling up. Taking down. Okay, now right here. Sit out.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. This is kind of a brutal thing, so be careful. It's a counter to a double leg dive, or sometimes you can
good. Right. Yes, I got to sit up on this one. I got to Gable this one. So Johnny, you can say, Johnny, you can tell the rule that I set up on the bad side. Like this.
Throw him over.
Sit through, Johnny. Sit through.
Okay, now stop. Now, both legs. Okay, now, unclasp the hand. Okay, now scroll back. Normally you guys can scroll, right? Okay, now, bottom, you reach up and grab his buttocks.
The cheeks. Grab the cheeks.
Okay, that's right. Pull them into you. Pick them up. Set him down.
Okay. Carry around for me. Yeah.
Set him down.
Look up one, right? I can't. If you wait, you pull them in while you're looking up.
You gotta get your head out to the side.
Pull in while you're looking up. Step in.
Slow motion. Now this isn't the butt cheek. Just go ahead.
That's all right.
Okay, now, a lot of times you guys will do this, and they'll hook you around here.
Oh, yeah.
Which is a mistake. So under that, hook your tail and roll them. If easy does it, I'll touch your hair. Sit through. You sit out.
Oh, I know what you're going to do.
You gotta be careful when you do this.
Someone else come in there.
Turn and roll.
Trying to go back. Grab both elbows there.
There it is. Elbows.
Yeah, you can turn it either way. Okay, no, wait.
Yeah.
Quick takedown.
This is good.
Watch the guy grab. Okay.
Over there.
Yeah.
Dude, grab it out.
Hook and sit.
Go ahead.
Make sure you figure it out. Yeah. Make sure you turn it.
You go over.
Different ways, you know, if you go in and it's tough with the top man, and the top man's got to touch his head.
Yeah.
They'll break your collarbone.
Yeah. Now, if you're sitting out, are you posting in one hand or are you posting on your head?
Huh?
When you go to sit out with this, like with the fleece on top of you, like this. If I'm sitting on top of me, sitting on both elbows, like that.
Yeah.
You sit out. For me, you can turn your balance.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so that's good. Okay. Go with the same. Okay. This will. Yeah. Ready? Yeah.
Slow and easy, but just go ahead and try it. Go for a double like that.
Okay.
That's good. Now, can you get in the routine at all?
Yep.
Both sides. Okay. You're gonna have to drag him up, or stand him up, pull him up, and take him down. Okay, now right here, sit out.
Oh, yeah. Okay, exactly.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
Okay, this is kind of a good thing, so
Yeah.
be careful with it.
Yeah.
It's a counter to a double leg dive, or sometimes you can go. And sit out.
There you go. Good. Right. Yes, I got to sit up on this one. I got to Gable this one. So Johnny, you can say, Johnny, you can tell the rule that I set up on the bad side. Like this.
Throw him over.
Sit through, Johnny. Sit through.
Take it part way. Okay, now stop. Now, both legs. Okay, now, unclasp the hand. Okay, now scroll back. Normally you guys can scroll, right? Okay, now, bottom, you reach up and grab his buttocks.
The cheeks. Grab the cheeks.
Okay, that's right. Pull them into you. Pick them up. Set him down.
Okay. Carry around for me. Yeah.
Set him down.
Okay. Look up one, right? I can't. If you wait, you pull them in while you're looking up.
You gotta get your head out to the side.
Okay.
It's tough for the top man. The top man's got to touch his head.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, if you're sitting out, are you posting in one hand or are you posting on your head? When you're going to sit out with this, like the police on top of you, like this. Okay, so sitting on top of me, sitting on both elbows, like that. You can sit out. For me, you can turn your balance.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so that's good. Okay. Good one to say. It's what? Yeah. Ready? Yeah.
I want to just address a couple other things here before we go on, and that's the mental factors, the mental portion of this, because there's a mindset here that's very important. Basically, if you think you can or can't, you're right. But that can has to be on well-based confidence. In other words, you can't just say, hey, mentally, I'm going to kick this guy's butt, without doing some training. You've got to do the work in the gym. That then will help the confidence factor. You have to do the training, the running, the wrestling, the repetitions of all the things that you do, the strength work, the total package. And then a lot of times we did this with Owings, and it worked very, very well. We noticed that Gable did certain things and exposed certain weaknesses that we wanted to take advantage of. Not that Gable had many. He was a very, very good, very fine wrestler, and I think that if he'd wrestled Owings 10 times, he would have won 9 of them. It just happened to be that particular day was Larry's. But the best time to do this, I know some of you are into the Zen philosophy, but a very good time to do it is just prior to going to sleep, when you're relaxed. You can visualize yourself. Visualize yourself doing the front face lock or some particular move you're working on. Be a realist too. If you wrestle some guy who beat you, don't say, well, hey, that guy beat me. I had a hangnail, or I had a cold or something. Why did he beat me? Look for the real causes of it, and then eliminate those weaknesses, and next time maybe you'll turn it down. But you have to be realistic. This is a very realistic sport. And if you have a coach that's realistic, well, he might get on your tail once in a while, hey, you're not doing this, you're not doing that. So these are very important things. The mental aspect is very important. Okay, just going to show you a quick neck trick, and you can start this. Go ahead and go down. This is following a sit out. I'm going to kind of stay up because my mobility is not as great as it was one time. As they say, I used to be agile, mobile, and hostile. Now I'm just hostile. Okay, now when you get out here, why you can underhook. I don't know if you're familiar with that, sucking back, or you can underhook one side and pull his chin back. And the best way, in my opinion, is to beat him right here. You just come across the face and use your head. Okay, just hollow. Okay, tap it. Okay, it doesn't take much pressure. So when you do this, why be very careful with it. Okay, let's turn around so we just get a different picture here. Yeah. And okay, you just turn the man's head. You're pulling here, pushing here, and sliding it back. It doesn't take much. Push. Pulling back. I'm pulling here, pushing the chest. Push with your chest. Sucking back. Yeah. And then, now we're going to pull back. Again, to get that shoulder. Ooh,
Yeah, man. Jake, you hire a chiropractor for adjustments?
good wrestler, whatever kind of wrestler you are. I was respected whoever I was wrestling with. Even the guy was a fish, why I still, if the guy had no guts and he didn't give it a shot, why, you know, he's deserving respect. I just wanted to point out just a couple of drills, switching and re-switching. So if you guys just demonstrate what we're talking about here, we just go on, I'll say ready and whistle. Ready, switch, and re-switch, and switch, and break it down. Gents, I'm done for the day. I ran out of things. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Okay, this next one's a head and arm. We're going to do this in steps. The setup first is from a closed collar and elbow position, you know, when you're tied up. And I'm going to demonstrate 2 or 3 times in steps. Okay, now, what I'm going to do here is shoot my arm past his head and try to use my deltoid of my shoulder to hit him right under the nose, to pop his head up. Okay? I'm not going to apply too hard. Okay, so we're tied up. I'm going to shoot the arm through, try to use the deltoid, top of your shoulder, to hit him right under the nose area, fairly tender area. Okay, so that's step 1, just the setup. Okay, so let's just go here, easy. Okay, I shoot through to this point. We're going to shoot the arm through, pop him with the elbow. Okay, right from that, and as we go down, this is just a simple arm and neck hold. But on the way down, if you can hook this, are we okay here? Yeah. Okay. And then take the head that way. It's very simple, very easy, very quick hold. If you miss it, you're still in pretty good shape. You know, it's just a head and arm. You're still in third shape here. You know. And on this, you cross your legs this way. It's hard. If I'm here, he can't reach with his legs and grab my leg there and hook me and take me over, you know, and reverse things. So we're here, cross your legs this way. You can't do that. Okay, this arm is going deep there. Okay, give it a try. Take it easy. Okay?
Thanks, sir.
The West Point line is sometimes called the chest wriggle. I don't know what the origin is of the move. I think it may have came, there was a former world champion named Tom Jenkins, and this is prior to the turn of the century, and later he coached at West Point. But I've never seen this hold published, and most people don't have a clue as to what it's about. But it's a very tight move, and I don't have the agility that I used to have. I can't move quickly, but you start from this position and you move behind the man, and I'm going to be late on you a little bit. All right, come clear around and hook the arm. So I've got him hooked, just grabbed here and here. Okay, stay out. Now I'm going to be pulling this arm back toward his crotch. And I'm going to be pulling this arm. Now once you break your gear, you start walking the arm. You feel that? Yeah. You all right? Oh, yeah.
Stand up.
Yeah, stand up. Yeah.
So you can see it's where it's ripped.
Yeah.
It's a lot of pressure.
It's a terrifically hard move. Sorry, Biden, you're the front plan.
One more time.
Please.
It's hard to do this in an easy way.
Nice.
Basically, you're here, you're pulling this arm diagonally toward this hip. You're around here. And the pressure doesn't come from me squeezing. It it comes from the twist that it gets in the ribs. When it starts to hurt, hollow a little bit. So, so they can kind of tell where it's getting tight. Okay, it's here and here. Now I'm pulling here, now I'm starting to walk. I took it a little too far, but it's very tight. Could you tell?
Oh yeah.
Very good. Not just across, but I threw this here. He's pulling over.
Okay. And you just keep, okay, let me try that.